Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. It is time for another award-winning edition of Humboldt All-Axess, and we're not even starting slow, but we are gonna finish strong. We're covering all softball, check. The big auction, the event of the year at Blue Lake Casino coming up. Mike Herbert swings by. We're going Bella. We're gonna learn about twins, some stuff you're gonna love. We've got Teigan, track and field, and then we're going real fast with Caitlyn, Dougherty, all here, Humboldt All-Axess. Joined by Bella Garcia, who mans that hot corner, third base for the softball team. Bella, on the all-name team too. I love that name, by the way.
Thanks.
Did your parents name you after anything in particular, or just obviously the love, the beauty of a Bella?
No, I have a twin sister on the team named Alexa, and so when we were born, she was twin A and I was twin B. So
here we go. I tell Drew, I said, give me the scoop, give me the skinny. Here I found out you have a twin sister on the team. A, and what's her name?
Alexa.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. So A and B, your parents.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic story. I love that.
Thanks. Yeah, and they put the same letters, like the same number of letters in both our names, so we didn't fight.
That is hysterical. Now, do you guys, we'll have to get some photos and get your sister on at some point. How similar are you two in that twin life?
Oh, we're completely different. Okay. Like in style, we had the same friend group at least, but other than that, like we're pretty different.
Pretty different.
Yeah.
And so she, I assume, plays first base then, or what?
No, she plays center field.
Okay, well, that's definitely different. Okay, how do you and your sister, what's it like coming up together? When did you guys start playing softball? And was it teammates? Was it competitive? I mean, what was that like? No, we started playing when we were 5, and my mom always had us on the same team. And so we both got the opportunity to come here, and that was a blessing because we wouldn't have been able to survive without each other, I think. Okay, so you guys are like you can't be apart. When's the most you guys have been apart? Oh, probably a couple days. And what's that like? I mean, we're not twins, so is it like anxiety? Did you guys share the same room growing up? We did, up until probably maybe like 10 years old. My mom separated us, and yeah. And are you also like, oh my God, I know what she's thinking, I think how she can feel. Are you guys that in tuned? No, sometimes we'd say we have twin telepathy, but sometimes we do. All right, when you get around and you're talking about coach or your other players, I mean, I assume you guys are on the same page with that stuff? Hey, sometimes we can give each other looks and no, but. Okay, besides being completely different on the field, sounds like you guys are pretty in tune. Yeah, we definitely are. How did the two of you decide to come to Cal Poly Humboldt? Well, we both went to American River College for our first 2 years of college, and at first, I was pretty burnt out from playing softball, and I didn't know if I wanted to keep playing, just because the opportunity to get to play with Alexa was probably slim to none. And then she was always interested in Humboldt, and so she reached out to Coach Garcia, and Coach Garcia asked her to come up for a visit and asked me to come with her. And so I came, and I loved it up here, and we both decided to come. And did you let Coach know? Was it a package deal, or was that assumed? And could you imagine going to college without your sister? I couldn't imagine going without her, but I think it was a package deal, kind of. And a smart one by Coach, definitely to say the least. All right, tell us, Drew's been telling me you've been playing great on both sides of the ball. I know Coach Broom's favorite expression when it comes to offense and defense, but tell us about third base, defensively, where you fit in there, how you've been playing well, and then, of course, at the plate. Yeah, I play third. Honestly, I don't have a lot of time to react at third. It's kind of just muscle memory at this point when catching balls and stuff. And then I'm a slapper at the plate, and I've been hitting in the number 2 spot, so that's been fun. So are you trying to take advantage because you know exactly what the third baseman is thinking over there? Or? Kind of, yeah. I mean, look, I've always been mortified how close the third baseman can get. Yeah. I mean, do you get concerned a little bit about maybe I'm going to lose a nostril or something, or you're just so quick, or you're not even thinking about it anymore? No, I don't think about it anymore. Plus, I know that my parents have health insurance and dental, so it's fine if I get hurt. I asked Mason last week how much on the mound helps her when she's at the plate, the rubber, the bump, whatever, inside the circle. How much does playing third base help you when you're at the plate, knowing what the infield's thinking? I think playing third has helped me a lot. Just also knowing if the third baseman's playing back, I can drop a bunt down, or if they're playing up, I can hit it over their head or hit it in the 5-6 hole. It's definitely a blessing getting to play infield and knowing how they shift. And then what kind of green light does Coach give you as far as what you want to do up there, or how much you're told, hey, we need you to X, Y, Z? It just depends on where we're at in the game. Mainly at the start, if Alyssa gets on, then I'm probably going to bunt. I know that 99% of the time I'm going to bunt. But later in the game, I definitely try to hit it more to the outfield just because we need to score runs. Right, got to get some runs. Yeah. Okay, expectations outside the program, not super high this year. I think preseason 8, now you're in the mix, you're fighting for a conference championship. I know you guys aren't surprised, but how much fun is this to let everyone else in the CC2A know that the Jacks are here and we're battling?
It's so fun. I think we're all just really excited, and we knew coming in that we were going to be the underdogs, and we've just worked so hard for this, and it's really paid off.
What's been the biggest difference for this team, in your opinion?
From what?
Well, just from being, a team trying to find its way to a team that's in the mix for, trying to make a playoff run.
I think that we play like we have nothing to lose a lot of the time, and that's really set us up for success. And we talk a lot about confidence and just being able to be confident in everything that we do, because if you're confident, you're unstoppable in anything. So.
All right, what about this week? You got Sanborn coming to town. Rain may or may not play in advantage, because it always they don't even know what rain is in Sanborn.
Yeah.
So tell us about the opponent and talk about keeping that swagger so you guys can continue to be in these conversations.
Sanborn, I think they have 4 pitchers. We went over that today in classroom, and they're just nothing new from what we've already faced. So we're really ready, and plus we play with the weather. We play what's the word? Like, we play randomly a lot, and so we know that if we might have to play at Bear River, we might have to play at home or at any time. So I feel like we're just ready for it.
How much better is it being at home, regardless if that's Bear River or here, because you get to sleep in your own bed, you don't have to deal with that travel? How much is it a home field advantage for the Jacks?
It definitely is. I mean, we just got new dirt on our field, so we've been working really hard at getting used to that, and plus just with the weather, I feel like a lot of teams struggle coming up here and playing us, and the cold, because a lot of teams complain about how cold it is. So we have such a good advantage.
People always complain about coming to Humboldt. Grow up. Hey, she's Bella. She's no B interview. She's an A, but she is the second twin. Putting the B in Bella. Bella Garcia, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Back after this. Joined by the one and only Mike Herbert. Coach Herbert, as always, appreciate you coming by. Big week for you.
It's a big week.
The auction. Give us the skinny. What is it and why is it?
This is our 40th annual sports auction at Sapphire Palace at Blue Lake Casino, Saturday night, 5 p.m., doors open. It's our biggest fundraiser of the year to raise money for student athlete scholarships. Our goal is over $100,000, and I think we might be able to hit that this year.
And what makes it great is it's a fun night for people. I was just talking to Bert Nordstrom, and he loves, obviously, hopefully getting some good items, but also seeing, people who are woven together in that Humboldt web. Whether you're an alum, whether you're a community member, student athlete, former coach. I mean, there's so many different things that bring us together because of the green and gold.
Yes. We have some great community members who have purchased tables and people coming, like you said, the alumni, but we also have a table, St. Joe's Hospital's coming. We got some realtors coming.
Coast Central Credit Union, I heard from them.
Coast Central, they're coming. Fatima Naylor's coming. She's got a table. So, I mean, the support that we have in the community is incredible, and it will be a fun night, regardless of if you get anything, which we hope people come and bid, and you do get something. Even if you don't, we hope you have a great time when you're out there.
Well, and that's kind of, look, the two big keys are the speakers and the auction items. We'll get to the speakers in just a moment. You've got the live auction, which thank goodness you're going to have Rex. He's doing that, which is great. And then the silent auction, just name drop some of the items you've got going.
I mean,
that's what people love. The stuff.
We've got over 80 silent auction items, and it's all packages, all these different things, whether it's outdoor equipment that you need, you want a chainsaw, you need a new mower, stuff like that. But then we also have car wash packages. We got some Nike shoes from Mike Williams down at the jogging shop. Nice. There's just all sorts of alcohol packages and drink packages and gift certificates and things like that. Night stays at different locations. I mean, it runs the gamut. It doesn't matter who you are. You're going to be able to find something that you like.
So we're talking when it's all said, because you've got 22 live auctions.
22 live auctions.
So we're talking over 100 things to bid on. Just when it comes to getting something in return, then of course you can always just bid straight to the cause as well.
You can bid straight to the cause, but a guy like you're probably going to be looking for some grill stuff. There's going to be grill packages,
golf
packages.
Coach Megs, I see that she's kicking down her wine cellar selection. Costa Rica, 11 days in. It's funny.
Yeah.
You're a big fan of Roland in the Morning Show, and just this morning on his radio program, they asked the experts, what is the most relaxing place to vacation in the world? All 6 agreed. Costa Rica.
Really? Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's for my health.
It's for your health. Yeah, we got a house down there, and like you said, the private collection of the wine from Megs is fantastic. There's so many different things. We have 2 trips to Belize, 2 houses in Belize. One is in Belize, and one is on an island just off of the coast of Belize. Houses all over the place. It's incredible. And this year, we're trying a new thing this year. Somebody gave me this idea. We're going to have 2 mystery items. One of them will be a cooler that will be a raffle at the beginning, and the other is a Yeti cooler, a big one, that we're going to have probably over $1,500 worth of stuff inside, but you're not going to know what it is.
Okay. So do we bid on it, or are we buying tickets for it?
You're bidding on that one at the end of the night.
Okay.
The tickets will be on the smaller Yeti cooler at the beginning of the night. Okay.
You also have guest speakers, which is huge. And let's just say American football and international style football is kind of the theme, or what weaves those together.
Yeah.
Tell us about our 3 individual speakers we have.
Well, I love this trend. Number one, people get more time with you. You get a little, Tonight Show vibe. Josie Walensky and Heather Morgan are going to be there. Both women's soccer players from the first team that went to the tournament 30-something years ago to last season's team. They're both going to be sitting up there talking about their journeys and what they've done. And then Robert Prince is here. This guy, I can't tell you, I've never met him face to face, but in all of my conversations with him through this process, incredible human being, assistant coach with the Falcons. He played here. He was a grad assistant here and has worked his way up. And he is also donating 2 tickets next year to any Falcons game with 2 sideline passes, and he has a signed jersey that he's bringing with him to auction off.
Very cool. I mean, a weekend in hot Atlanta and a Falcons game, and who knows? You could see Penix, you could see Tua. Yeah. If I have had the honor of being on the sidelines for an NFL game, this past year an SEC game, an experience unlike any other. You were seeing unbelievable athletes and energy and electricity, and all come together at a very high rate of speed.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's going to be a really good time.
You used to coach here many, many moons ago. And then, of course, you've been in coaching, you've been in administration, you've been now back in this department for
2 years, almost 2 years.
Okay, your wife coaches. How important is this event? How much do these funds help? And look, people love winners. How much will it help with that?
It's our biggest thing. I mean, number one, yes, it brings the money to help us recruit quality athletes. But 2, what you're also doing is you're giving an opportunity to help student athletes graduate from college. So yes, does the money help us win? Absolutely. More scholarship dollars is going to help us, and not just this year. Endowments help us for years to come, even when you're gone. So it is the biggest thing that we do to help our student athletes and to help our coaches compete, but also the underlying deal is it's helping them graduate from school.
If there are still tickets available, how do I get them?
Call me, reach out to me, email me. Just reach out. We'll figure it out. We'll find a way to get you in if you want to come. If you want to give us your money, we'll take it.
Mike, appreciate it.
Thanks, JB.
More after these messages. Oh, pleasure to be joined by freshman sensation on the track and field team, Caitlyn Dougherty. Caitlyn, appreciate you swinging by, and I'm glad you're able to stop and take a moment, because I've been looking at your times this year. You're moving out there on the track.
Thank you.
Tell us about where the speed came from and when you knew. What age do you realize, oh my goodness, I'm faster than anybody else?
I think the beginning of high school. I didn't really take it as seriously in middle school or elementary school. And I think just the difference in training from high school to especially in college is when that made a big switch for me. Was I did know I was somewhat fast in high school, but I think just coming to college and being serious about it made me better.
Now, did you play other sports in junior high, high school?
No.
No.
Just track.
Okay, so how did you get into track in the first place?
I just have been doing it since I was young. My mom did it and my grandma did it.
Okay.
So it's just a thing in the family.
Okay, when you talked to grandma and mom, were there expectations, or hey, this is your birthright, you are gonna run?
No, it was just like, yeah, just do it because you want to, but I did it with my sisters.
Okay. Now, what events do you do?
I do the 400 hurdles as my main event, the 100 hurdles, high jump briefly, 4x1 and 4x4.
What did Grandma and Mom do?
Actually, I don't know.
Oh, Caitlyn.
They dropped out too soon.
Well, something to talk to them about when you come back. Okay, talk about making that jump. So, high school, you're like, okay, I like this. This is serious. And then when did you know you wanted to compete at the next level? And then what was that step like?
It was kind of always a goal of mine to just keep competing. Like, I've just been doing it for so long. I think it would have been weird to not continue it. So it wasn't a thing in my mind to not do it.
So talk about meeting with, coach, and then of course taking that next step from putting the I want to go to college and run track to I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. I honestly didn't expect to come here. I didn't even know I applied, actually. It was through the Cal State portal, and I just got accepted, so I hit up Sarah and took my visit, and here I am. So
I mean, a gift falling out of the sky for Coach. Jeez, that is fantastic. All right, then what did you like about it? When you talked to Coach, I assume you came on a visit, or did you just
I did
show up
come
cold
on a
turkey?
visit.
This is a long way. You're from Moore Park.
Yeah.
And this is a long way from Moore Park, and more than just miles.
Yeah, I did come on a visit. I really liked the area. That's what grabbed me the most. It's so different from where I'm from, SoCal. The trees, just the environment. That's what grabbed me.
Lack of traffic.
Yeah.
All right, why those events for you? We don't know what Mom and Grandma ran, so for you, obviously you're a speedster.
Yeah.
And then you go ahead and you throw the hurdles into it. I mean, that's their analogy for difficult things in life for a reason. Why hurdles?
I started hurdles in middle school. I just tried it out, and I liked them just off the bat. And going into high school, it was, if you did short hurdles, you had to do long hurdles. So I was stuck doing the long hurdles.
Stuck.
And then ended up doing good in it. So it's one of my better events for sure.
So it stuck with you now. Do you still get nervous about hurdles?
Yeah.
Or have you wrecked over enough of them, or hit enough of them with your knees, or you're just like, whatever?
Yeah, I'm not that scared going over the hurdles. I do get like race nerves, but the hurdles aren't scary to me.
What's it like when I'm sure, at this level, you probably are thought about, you can correct me if I'm wrong, mapped every step you're going to take around that track. And I also imagine on race day, you're a little amped up. What happens when, maybe you get there a little quicker than you anticipated?
I try to make my steps good going over the hurdle, but it doesn't always work out that way. Like, I'll stutter step, or I'll take too big of a stride, which will mess up like how I go around, but you just gotta maintain your speed too.
What would people not understand about hurdles, or subtle nuance that maybe isn't obvious to the naked eye?
A lot of people just think of it as jumping, but it's more than that. Like, it's not just jumping high. Like, you want to stay low but not hit the hurdle. And then your footing, obviously, you don't want to mess up your steps to get too close to the hurdle or too far from the hurdle.
And then when you're doing the relays, you've taken out the hurdles. So talk about just the difference of all out going for it. And then, of course, being part of a team and, syncing that up with your teammates and trying to accomplish something together.
Yeah, the relays, I'm really a fan of the relays. I like being on the relays because it does give me a chance to bond with my team, like collaborate with my team in ways that like individual events you can't really do that with. And it also just prepares me for my open events as well, just more practice.
When you're not running the track, when you're not hitting the books, what's your favorite thing to do up here in Humboldt County? Where can we find Caitlyn Dougherty?
I like to read a lot. I bake a lot. I stay kind of indoors, or I'm just outside taking a walk. I like to hang out with my friends, go to the beach.
All right, rapid fire. Favorite track and field athlete?
Allison Felix.
Favorite book?
Before I Was Yours.
Best thing you're baking?
Cinnamon rolls.
Caitlyn Dougherty, everybody. Back after this. Last but not least, and joining us for the first time, Teigan Eilers, who is now the interim head coach. Is that the correct way to put it? Sarah, congratulations, out on maternity leave, so the ship is yours, right?
Yeah, technically not interim, filling in as an assistant, just kind of that lead man in charge right now.
Those administrative roles.
Yeah,
You're the coach right now, right?
I'm the coach right now.
So what's the kind of, I mean, obviously Sarah's going to have a baby, so you knew this was coming. How did you prepare for this?
We spent a lot of time preparing for this. I knew Sarah's situation. It was planned, so I've known about this since fall, and we've just been working pretty much endless hours to make sure that I'm prepared to be able to have all the logistics planned, which is mostly the most important things, is making sure the athletes are entered in the meet, making sure we got a place to stay, and making sure we got a way to get there. So that's all been taken care of well in advance, and now it's just finishing up those little logistics at the end.
So what's it like? Clearly this is her team. But what's it like, obviously, you're taking, for the lack of a better term, marching orders from her, but also you're human and putting your own spin on things.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm just I know there's going to be mistakes and I know there's going to be things that happen, but we have great administrative support. She's prepared me well and I'm ready for it. So, I mean, it's a lot more responsibility, and I know it's ultimately going to come back to me, and I'm just got to be willing to take that on the chin as it comes.
Yeah, I was curious to know what made you the most nervous, because I'm sure you're like, hey, you asked me about the sprints or how Caitlyn can run the hurdles. That's like the back of my hand. You asked me about curfew or where we're going to eat on the road. I don't know, the logistics. I mean, I would imagine when you go on a road trip with this many student athletes, that would make me nervous.
Yeah. It is, and we have a really good coaching staff that can help me with a lot of it. I'm not much of a delegator, and neither is Sarah, so that's been a challenge for me, just being able to give up a little bit of control. But ultimately, those are things that I've been doing for years with Sarah. This is my fifth full season as a full-time coach here, so we kind of share a lot of things. Anyways, we go to separate meets, we'll do split squads, so I've been in charge of big groups before, and it's more the same.
So what are the expectations for this team for this spring?
Continue doing what we're doing. I mean, right now on paper, we're having a historic season. I think every single meet we're breaking 1 or 2 school records. We got a lot of people deep in that national mark. My expectation is to keep it going and keep the gas pedal down. That last part of the season, I think it's really easy to get tired and want to back off. But we got 2 more weeks of hard training, and they just need to keep their eyes on the prize, which is the conference championship at the beginning of May.
Well, and talk about how that lies, because it's like when I talk to Lenny, you have individual sports that come together as a team. So whether it's Joseph or Caitlyn, I know your pole vaulter's having a great year. Talk about just, you want your student athletes to succeed individually, but also, like you said, a chance to get a banner as a team.
Absolutely. I think the biggest difference maker for us this year is that team culture. And that's a hard thing to get to as an individual sport team, where our relays are those are like our premier events, and I think if you have good relays on a team, it really shows the depth that you have. And from my perspective, just watching people continually build together as a team, it's really motivating as a team to see people throw down individual performances. And we've had some really good recruiting cycles, and I think just the team culture is really what separates us right now. Is the hardest thing as a coach with track is how do you turn an individual sport into a team sport? And if you can turn it into a team sport or a team feel, sky's the limit for your team.
I was going to ask you about recruiting, but you've kind of answered it. So what do you want people saying when they're out talking about, Cal Poly, Humboldt, track and field, if either you're not around or when you're recruiting somebody? Why is this the spot?
From my perspective, as my coaching philosophy is dominance. I want top of the country athletes on the team, and I want them to see that that's the place where we can get you there. That's kind of the whole goal for us. Is it's hard to have a deep team in an area like this. And, you look at Pomona, you look at Chico. There's 30,000 students. We got 7, 6. It's going to be hard to have those spots.
A recruiting circle that's probably an hour outside of campus.
Absolutely. You got to recruit out of the area.
Yep.
And if you're going to bring people up here for visits and you're limited on funding, you got to make sure that funding is going to the right people.
So how does it work right now for people like Joseph or Caitlyn? They've got those national marks, and it's looking good for them to take things as far as they can. And training right, so you peak at the right time. Then also there's going to be student athletes who are trying to get those marks or want to just do something so they can get some points for the team at the conference and make a run at a conference title. How do you coach so many different moving pieces for different goals and the same goal at the same time?
I think the old goal, is just to get that depth at conference championships. And if I'm being completely honest, we're in a little bit of unfamiliar territory as a team and as a coach.
Exciting.
I think that looking at how you coach a team that's maybe been the history of our school is going to be a lot different than what is needed for an elite level team. And it's us figuring that out as a staff of the needs of the team are changing as we get better, and the resources that we have to pump into it, the opportunities we have to find for them out of thin air. We're taking a crew to LA next week that we weren't planning on taking, but every 10 out of the 11 people going are school record holders. So the criteria for getting to those bigger meets is that.
All right, final question. You came here for Scott and Sarah, great decathletes, still have the record. What in your playing career led you to realize that you wanted to get into coaching? And I know you're taking over right now. I forget, I missed it. It's not interim, it's you're filling in for Sarah, but is coaching the future for Teigan?
Oh, absolutely. I started coaching. I knew I wanted to be a coach. I had a conversation with Sarah when I was 19. I did my internship for her right after graduating from college. So I've been coaching since 2017. I'm a coach through and through.
I love it.
And for me personally, just getting involved, I had a really good coach. Sarah was the acting coach at the time, but my decathlon coach was the previous school record holder here, All-American, and his goal was to coach me to beat that record, and my goal is to coach someone to beat mine, so I can technically have 1, 2, and 3.
Coach, I love it. Go Jacks.
Yep.
Appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Another great show in the books. See everyone at the auction Saturday night.